question again? Sorry.
You emphasized protein and fiber being pretty fundamental in helping.
Okay, now I got it. Yes. So the reason why is in all the years I've been a trainer, there's been two constant things that people have had in their diet that have helped them maintain. There's a whole chapter in the book called Satisfaction, and that is not I'm not being a tribute band to the Rolling Stones. The concept of satisfaction is I found that if you cannot be satisfied with the diet you're on, you won't make it to 10% of weight loss, let alone 15, let alone 5%. You have to have some element that helps keep you full. Because I think I use a Voltaire quote in the book where I talk about how societies, they go upstairs in work boots and they come down in silk slippers. And we are definitely in America in the silk slipper part of our society. People cannot mention words without offending some people to the point where they melt down. God forbid your uncle has a different political opinion than you. It's not the fact that he's wrong or you disagree with him. You can't even be in the room with him anymore, right? I mean, I get a little wacky tangent I'm going on. I listened to Richard Dreyfuss, the actor, and I'm going to hate myself for this, but the actor who played the bad guy in the Bourne movies, he ate the heart-healthy omelet. I can't remember his name, and I just listened to him speak for hours during the Lincoln Douglas debates. The Lincoln Douglas debates were these debates between these two guys. One was Douglas, who was a pro-slavery, and obviously Abraham Lincoln, who was the man. And they argued for like hours upon hours upon hours with each other. And they never once interrupted each other, ever, right? They literally were discussing the fate of the nation. They never once interrupted each other, never once argued with each other. I mean, now watch the current presidential debates and don't tell me we don't deserve better than that. The bottom line is, I have no idea where I was going with that. Now I just had a brain fart. Oh, about fiber and protein. Every person I've ever met, it's no debate. They have to have something to keep themselves satisfied because we've come so far away from being tough anymore that the second we get hungry, it's all over, right? The average person, the second they get hungry, they can't handle non-air conditioning. They can't handle the fact their iPhone is the wrong color, right? They can't handle someone believes differently from them. And you have to find some way to stay full. And whether it's fiber or protein and fiber, that is what I have found has kept people the most full and therefore the most satisfied and therefore the most likely to stay on their diet. Now, you may argue, not you, Devin, but there may be people out there that argue with me and say, oh, that's not true. I cannot tell you what you've experienced. I cannot tell you what you've seen. I can only tell you after, and here I'm going to pat myself on the back, after 2.5 decades of doing this, I can only tell you what I've seen. And if you tell me I'm wrong, then go pound sand. Because for 2.5 decades, all they've ever seen is that someone, if they have a high-fat, high-fiber diet, they have a low-fat, high-protein diet, a high-protein, high-fiber diet, those are the people who stay most satisfied on their diet the longest and lose the most weight and keep it off. All right? I tend to be more of a fan of protein and fiber. I tend to find that a lot of the people who are just fiber and fat have some kind of misguided, weirdo kind of discrimination against protein. They have all these like bizarre beliefs about kidney function and all that. Mm-hmm. That's neither here nor there. I don't want to open that can of worms. But the reality is that the one of those two or both of those nutrients have to be in your diet for you to stay satisfied. Yes, there are people who have followed the guy, Mark Haub, the Kansas State professor who did the Twinkie diet, right? Mm-hmm. He went on a diet where he had a protein shake, a can of vegetables a day, and then all the rest of his food was in convenience foods like Little Debbie snack cakes and Twinkies. Yes, he did lose weight, but he even said the diet was not sustainable. He was just too damn hungry all the time. Sohee Lee, when I did an article once where she talked about how she had one Snickers bar a day every day through her prep. And it got to the end where she's like, I hate that. I don't know how this is sacrilege to me, but I'm going to say it. I'll hold my nose. I hate Snickers bars. And probably because they were eating up vital calories of protein and fiber, go figure, she could have eaten that would have kept her more full or fuller on less calories.
Right.
So the exact numbers I found is that if you have a lot of weight to lose, you can get away with about 15 to 20 grams of fiber per 1,000 calories consumed. If you have a lot of weight to lose, you can get away with 0.5 to 0.7 grams of protein per pound of body weight. When people get leaner and the stakes get higher and your body starts fighting back because your body loves you and it doesn't want to see you fit in skinny jeans because your body thinks skinny jeans is starvation, then the numbers have to go up because you need more protein and more fiber. Then the numbers go from 0.7 to 1 gram per pound of body weight of protein and up to 20 to 25 grams of fiber per 1,000 calories consumed. Here's the rub. After that point, I find there's a diminishing return for protein and fiber. Even with fiber, when you start getting up to like that 25 to 30 grams of fiber per 1,000 calories consumed, I find that it's not that it doesn't have a diminishing effect. It makes life so physically uncomfortable, if you know what I mean. This isn't opioid-induced constipation. It's kind of the exact opposite of what you'd think. It just doesn't work anymore. It's not practical for most people to follow. Mm-hmm. So those are the exact numbers. Like I said, there is a diminishing return. Once you start going above 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, I've seen some people do 1.25 grams of protein per pound of body weight. Mm-hmm. After that point, it doesn't seem to blunt hunger as much, if really at all. At that point, your body is so starving for just calories and is so programmed to not want you to be skinny. It's just a matter of, then it's a battle with the refrigerator at that point. But I don't know if I can be any more specific as to why fiber and protein